Hey, you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. I'm delighted to have you with me. Even more delighted to have you with us is somebody very cheeky. Remember? He's here again, finally. And yes, we were having an argument, weren't we, about tacos, and in the end, he's decided to learn how to make tacos so he can help Charlotte. I know you're not happy with me. I know. Okay, it's all right. You'll get over it. So today, I'm trying not to touch Harry's tongue because it annoys him a little bit. So he's getting a bit triggered today. I think it's the full moon energies coming on strong. But Harry has a telepathic message for all of you. And he says, focus in on my eye and see if you can get it. Okay. Tell me what it is. It is not really that. Is that what you did? It is. He says, Charlotte should make me tacos because she loves me. Harry, we're not going to get... I'm going to continue this off camera later on. We're not going to get into this today, Harry, because Charlotte should do what she wants to do for you and not what you need her to do. Okay? Okay. We want to say goodbye to Harry. Harry's going to be nice to Charlotte now. Perhaps he might write her a poem or sing her a song. Hopefully. We're still trying there. Charlotte's happy today, so that's good. Alrighty, what are we doing today? I haven't decided what we're doing today until I decide, which means that, Divine Masculine might be a little bit scattered at the moment. His thinking might be a little bit scattered. And for some Divine Feminines, this is also the case. As I'm tapping into the collective, I can feel that for many of you, especially during this full moon energy, have some things that you're trying to make stock of. It's not really a time where you feel like you can push forward. It's more of a time of relaxation and reflection. And it may also be a time of contemplation where you take stock of who you are and work out some things with inside of yourself. So last night I had a weird dream. I was in this, this kind of really nice house. And, my roommate, a girl, said to me in my dream, can you please go out the back door, like as you leave, because I obviously went out the back door when I left to go somewhere. And then she said, and make sure you lock the door for me. And so on the back of the door was one of those keys that looks like a... I don't know. I'm really bad at drawing. How do I draw that? Don't judge me, everyone. Don't judge me. Alright, one of those keys? I should have got Harry to do it. He would have had better luck with no hands. One of those kind of keys? There was a lock on the back of the door like that, and I was thinking, well, I don't know, in my dream I was thinking, well, if I shut it and I leave that key still in there, I won't be able to push my key from the other side and then open it. And so for ages in my dream I was umming and ahhing about whether or not I should pull this key out or put my key in. And then I realized that there was a message in the dream because as I pulled the door closed, I actually broke the lock on the whole thing. I pulled the door closed and the other key sort of shot out, and then, and then the door completely broke, and so I had to call a locksmith, and then I woke up, right? Thankfully, I didn't have to wait for the locksmith, so that was good. That was great timing. Okay, so what does this mean? What does this mean for twin flames? What does this mean for your journey? It's an understanding that your twin is a key to unlocking you in many ways, because many of you know when you come together with your twin flame, it can be like complete bliss and everything's beautiful. And so, I mean, sometimes it's not bliss. Sometimes, you talk about subjects which bring you up or down, or that, because you may not have spoken to one another for a long time, so you've got a lot to say. And then you might even end up talking about things that you don't want to talk about, or that you weren't planning on talking about, and you're like, you might even end the conversation and go, well, hang on a minute, I was going to talk about this, this, and this, and then you talk about something else, and it's annoying. So coming back to the keys is that in some divine, special way, your twin and you are guided to talk about certain things. So your twin is sort of the key to your door that needs to be opened, and the other twin does the same thing. So, you might just be talking about, you might be talking about the weather in Guatemala, which is a huge topic right now, as you know. I am joking, of course. But you might be talking about it and thinking at the same time, well, why are we even on this subject? And then it's in that afterthought later that you realize that key that they had by pushing on that topic meant something for you, or brought something up for you in some weird way, shape or form. An example might be that your twin flame could send you a song, and then you press play on the song, and it kind of opens you up in some way. It's kind of like a key to your own soul. I'm trying to think of other examples. So I don't know, you may even, they may send you a picture of them, they're on a camping trip with their family, and they say, oh, this is me when I was 17 or something, and the t-shirt they're wearing was the same t-shirt your best friend had, or something like that, or the landscape seems familiar to you, or you feel like you could literally be in that picture with them, or something like that. So getting back to this dream I had with the keys, I was trying to think about how to move that key out of the door so that I could fit my key in. Okay, and this is what happens quite often on the twin flame journey, is that our twin flame will trigger us in some way, and this can be in a good way or a bad way, and then our subconscious mind holds on to that and then associates that experience with the twin, either in a good way or a bad way. Okay, so I'm gonna elaborate on this because I think it's really important. So let's say when you're 8 years old, your mum and dad decide to take you to the ice cream parlor, and it's a fun day out. You get ready wearing your favorite clothes, or mum did your hair or something like that, and you can remember this as being a really happy day. Okay. Wow. Some of you, excuse me, some of you have got stuck energy that needs to come out. And that's why I'm doing this channeling today. That's why I'm talking to you about this concept today. Okay, so that's okay. We'll get rid of it. Don't you worry. We'll get rid of it. All right, so in this scenario, the little girl is with her parents. Some of you may have a cold as well. Excuse me for wiping my nose. Okay. Wow, throat chakra for many of you. Okay. As the channeling goes on, we'll clear it. All right, so let's keep going. So this little girl is at the ice cream parlor with her friends. With her parents. And then a so-called friend from school rocks up and starts bullying her. Mum and Dad have gone and sit down, they're eating their ice cream, and she's kind of, you know, standing there with her brother or something, and a little girl from school comes over and starts bullying her, let's say. Okay, so the happy association she had with the ice cream day with her parents has now turned into a feeling of angst, or a feeling of not being comfortable, or a feeling of you know, being stuck in a situation where she kind of feels trapped. Okay, this is really interesting because, excuse me, wow, the next time her parents say to her in the future, let's go to the ice cream parlor, she says, no way, don't want to go, don't want a part of it. And of course her parents don't know what's going on. Her parents didn't see the bullying that occurred there. And so her subconscious mind has associated going to the ice cream parlor with feeling yucky, with feeling sick, with feeling some kind of way. You know, not sick, but uncomfortable. Okay. Now, on the twin flame journey, why is this relevant? I'll tell you why. Because sometimes, and a great classic example is, Divine Feminine is waiting for her twin flame to come in. You know, he might say, you know, I'm going to text you on Sunday. It's my day off, or something like that. And so he makes that promise. And Divine Feminine, we're going to heal this throat chakra today, don't worry. Divine Feminine gets all excited about Sunday because her Divine Masculine's going to message her or text her or whatever, right? And then he doesn't come in. Okay, and so she goes, okay, well, maybe something happened. Maybe he was busy, maybe he was working. You know, she's logical, she's trying to be high vibrational. She's not trying to be blaming or judgmental. But then there's 2 more days that pass by, and maybe even a week goes by, and maybe even the next Sunday goes by, and she hears nothing from him. So what can happen then is that forgiveness of whatever it was that, you know, wherever he was busy or he went away or something happened that she didn't know about, she starts to associate her Divine Masculine with this feeling of, I don't know if I want to use the word contempt. Maybe I want to use the word pissed offness, annoyance. I'm not sure. Okay, but she starts to associate his behavior with her own feeling of disappointment. Okay, so now let's go. Take gender how it resonates, of course. I'm just drawing this little picture so that you can understand a bit better. But you know, when they first come together, there's this bubble love phase. You know, I love you so much. I've never met anyone like you. I feel so fantastic with you. Oh my goodness, you're amazing. Oh my goodness, I love you. And then an expectation, whatever that might be, is missed. And so it might be the other way around. It might be the divine feminine who's not doing what she said she was going to do. And so divine masculine associates this behavior in his subconscious mind. And there becomes this feeling of disappointment. I'm feeling let down. I'm feeling angst, or whatever the feeling is. So then what can happen is this can trickle down into the deeper emotions, where perhaps you were abandoned as a child. Perhaps your parents weren't fantastic to you and let you down quite constantly. And so this letdown that the masculine is doing, even though it may not be intentional, you know, he may be working, he may have something going on, right? But it trickles down into that deep set emotion that you have from your past, and it comes up for healing. And so this abandonment, perhaps, that you feel is a very, very, very common occurrence on the twin flame journey. Because if you love them unconditionally, that means there are no expectations in the love, right? That means that no matter what they do, you love them. Whether they come in or they don't come in, or whether they promise anything, really. And so I want to go back to this dream about the key. And within that dream, in my dream, I was trying to figure out whether I should pull that key out of the lock, you know, the other key that belongs to the divine masculine. Should I pull that key out so he can stop triggering, perhaps? Because it's uncomfortable. There goes the throat chakra. It's uncomfortable to feel out of control. It's uncomfortable to know that someone else can trigger you and the depth of your emotion. And so many twin flames ask, you know, are they doing this on purpose? Are they trying to make me feel this certain way? In many times, no. In many times, no. And in many times, for awakened divine masculines, yes. Because unless you can acknowledge what needs to be healed, unless you can acknowledge what deep pain you have from whatever that is, then you can't move through it, and it remains stuck inside of you. And so this uncomfortable feeling that you may feel in the time of separation is necessary. Because regardless of your twin flame, whether they're coming in or not, you need to be okay on your own, in your own body, in your own energy, You need to be able to work through this feeling and heal it for yourself. Okay. So we need to disassociate the masculine with the triggers that he brings. Swap, divine feminine to divine masculine, or, how it resonates for you. Because it's also occurring for divine masculine as he becomes triggered as well. And a great example, excuse me, wow, throat chakra. This one's coming for the divine masculine now. A huge thing that happens for divine masculine is, as divine feminine shows him unconditional love, she may just look at him a certain way. She may say, gee, you're beautiful, or I love you, or, you know how divine feminine can be so loving and kind and courteous and sweet. He may have never experienced that before in his own life, even from his own family. And so as she's using, here's my bad key picture, as she's using her key to unlock that in him, he might then realize what he's been missing out on his whole life, that the people and situations around him have not been unconditionally loving. And so that can trigger something inside of him. Wow, my family have never shown me this much love like divine feminine. Wow, no one has ever made me feel as special as divine feminine. And so it can cause this little meltdown in him. And it can trigger him as well. These are just two examples. There's many more, but these are just two examples. So the first one is divine feminine not getting a message from her masculine. That can trigger her. She can have attachment thoughts to the divine masculine. Hang on, let me just do a funny face. All right. In her mind, she can be angry, he's not showing up, he's not here. If she was a lion, she'd be growling. Where is he? Right? And then she starts associating. Remember, she was in bubble love before. Let's draw the bubbles. Excuse me. She's gone from this bubble love phase to being completely angry at him. And it may be out of his control that he couldn't come in, but yet she's associated him with abandonment. And this association here is because she's got wounds inside of herself regarding abandonment that need to be cleared. And so on the other hand, let me just draw them again, because they're so cute, aren't they? If you want coaching on how to draw stick figures, I'm your girl. Imagine that. Doing an advertisement for that. Do you want to know how to draw stick figures properly? I've got a course that can tell you how to maintain this artistic ability. So funny. All right, so divine feminine, on the other hand, perhaps has, maybe not recently if she's been pissed off, but in the beginning, when she was being unconditionally loving and kind and considerate and saying, "Oh, you're the best thing since sliced bread," she was giving him all of this unconditional love back in 1969. I'm joking. I can't help it today, sorry. So she's giving him all this unconditional love, and he's going, yeah, oh yeah, baby. I will not draw an erection on the stick figure, although it would be appropriate right now, but I will not. This video is for entertainment purposes only. No stick figures were harmed in the filming of this content. So he's feeling all the love, feeling all the love, feeling all the love, right? And then she goes away, he goes away, you know, he's off to work. She's, I don't know, starting her mission perhaps. And then he goes, oh my God, no one ever loved me that much. That's freaking me out. I'm freaking out, okay, as an example. So then he associates her with I'm not very good at drawing emojis, but you know that one that I'll do it again. Ready? Wow. He's like, wow. Wow. Okay. And so look at the different emojis we have going on here. Harry would be probably not very proud of my drawing, but so she's mad at him for not coming in, let's say, and he's going, wow, wow, wow. Wow. How could someone love me that much? And so the associations are they're having completely different experiences right here. He's in the bliss, in the love, in the maybe the uncomfortable feeling of, oh, I don't know, I'm not used to being loved that much. And she's in the he's abandoned me phase, right? And so if we're gonna do the emojis here, right? These two emojis do not look like a match to me, do they? Right? And of course, when you first met and you came into that bubble love, let's use Harry. You were like, hey, 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 twin flame. You're so sexy. You think I'm sexy? Well, you're so sexy. Sorry, Harry. You don't mind, do you? You do look very inappropriate winking all the time. You do know that. Right? So there was this constant same frequency. This constant... How do I draw Harry? Hang on. There was this constant... same vibration. Ooh, he thinks I'm sexy. Ooh, she thinks I'm sexy. Right? I may have to write a course on this. The Twin Flame Emoji Project. Right? So your twin flame... oh, cut to the chase. Your twin flame has got a key to you that will trigger you like no one else. You thought your mum and dad could trigger you, or your cousin, or perhaps that ex-best friend, or ex-boyfriend, or ex-whoever. But your twin flame is set here to trigger you on purpose so that you can get rid of all of that yuck that I was coughing up just before. Notice how it's gone now, right? All that abandonment, all that self-hatred, all that, you know, stuff. And the interesting thing is that it's not just the negative thing that can happen here. It can also be a positive thing that happens where if your twin's coming at you in a sexy way, like Harry, right? They might give you a little comment. I don't know, you sent them a photo when you were hiking in Guatemala. I don't know, someone from Guatemala, it keeps coming up for me. Guatemala. I bet it's beautiful there. Anyway, so your twin sent you a photo. I mean, you sent your twin a photo when you were hiking in Guatemala, Divine Feminine, right? And your legs are showing. And that might be the part of you which, you know, you think is not your best bit. Or it could be some other body part. You know how females tend to do that a little bit. And then your Divine Masculine says, wow, look at you. Gee, your legs look amazing. And you're like, what? My legs? No. Hang on, you got the wrong girl. You don't mean that Instagram model, do you? That Instagram model that you were looking at earlier, perhaps. Joking, of course. Ooh, joking, of course. So it can happen in a good way too, where, you know, you might say something to your Divine Masculine. He goes, what? Really? You like that about me? And so you kind of push and pull off of one another all of the time, either in a negative, disassociative way or in a positive way. And so the emojis, you know, if we could fill up this page with different emojis, we can always be in a constant state of emojiism with one another. Divine Feminine might feel bliss for her Divine Masculine because he sent her some loving words, and Divine Masculine might be feeling shocked about his Divine Feminine because she showed up in a way that triggered him in some other way. All right. But either way, you both are one another's very badly drawn keys. He fits into your lock and you fit into his, right? And all of this stuff keeps getting brought up on purpose or not on purpose, for the purposes of your journey. Because in the end, unconditional love will win. In the end, no matter what your twin flame brings up for you, it's important that you know whether they're doing it on purpose or not, which is the mysterious part of the twin flame journey. It'll come up and it'll bring it up, and then you can finally purge it. And then the wonderment of the twin flame journey is that just when you think all the purging's been done, something more will come up. And you'll go, gosh darn it, I thought I'd purged and healed that already. Now I have to do it again. Right? You know what I'm saying. If you're a twin flame, you know what I'm saying. So be aware of what emojis are being created here in your twin flame journey. Remember that bubble love phase. That's the phase we want to get back to. In fact, as you come back into that bubble love kind of phase, where there are no blocks, where you're not angry at them, where you're not frustrated with them, when you're not anything at them, that's when union comes in. The whole reason you're attracted to one another in the first place is because you were in OMG town or sexy town. You know, you're like, oh, wow, I've never met anyone like you. Hello there. Hello, Chicky Babe. I don't know why Chicky Babe keeps coming up. Hubba, sexy twin flame. Right? And that's what you need to come back to. Okay. So you're going to keep separating and coming together and separating and coming together and separating and coming together. Like a really bad taco that you still haven't quite prepared properly yet. And this is normal. This is necessary. And it's also the reason why you need to ascend higher and come into a perspective of gratitude, a perspective of feeling good. Because the biggest thing that people forget is that when they're feeling crappy, when they're not happy, when they're lonely, when they're sad, when they're angry, when they're pissed off, that's telling you that your vibration is not in the right place. And this is why ascension is so important on the twin flame journey, because as you ascend and come up into that higher love, bring me a higher love, you know, remember Whitney Houston sang that, and I believe Steve Winwood also sang that, bring me a higher love. We come into that beautiful, loving, angelic vibration of feeling that bubble love, feeling the bliss, and it's always there. It's always there. It can feel like it's a long way away sometimes, but it is always there. And as you come into the higher love with your twin, and you're both resonating at that same beautiful frequency, that's when unions start coming in. But to maintain that is very difficult as you get triggered along the way. But the sooner you can quash all of these issues that you have, whether that be abandonment or trauma or guilt or some kind of pain that you haven't moved through, grief perhaps for some of you, anger for a lot of you, as you shed these negative emotions, as you shed these deep core wounds, you come into ascension, and you'll be able to stay at that higher level ongoing. As you stay at that higher level ongoing, your twin flame will also be attracted to you in the higher resonance. Okay. Alrighty, so I think that's enough information for you. I'm not going to apologize for my excellent drawings. Look at that. You all learned how to draw stick figures today and emojis. So it was like a 2-in-1 video. I got to deal with Harry now. Wish me luck. I'm sending you love and peace from Australia. I hope you have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are. And if you didn't get a cuppa, why not? Go and get one. Make sure you love yourself. Make sure you dance like no one's watching. Make sure you send virtual chocolate to me and Harry, because we could really use some right about now. Mwah. Have a great day, everyone, all right? Be kind to yourself first and foremost. And then if you want to, you can be kind to others too, all right? Give to charity. Go and take that woman down the street some soup. Do something nice for someone else. And it'll make you feel amazing. Okay? Bye. Mwah.